The question remains, who wins? A gigantic multinational with an absurd team all over the world, or a national publisher made up of two people? Welcome to Dice and Back Covers, this beautiful and wonderful channel whose purpose today is to make a comparison. I'm stuck. This is an unboxing comparison between a product that has been on the market for a while and a product that has recently arrived on the market. I'm talking about two introductory kits for you to learn how to play RPG, specifically Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. I'm going to compare the official Wizard starter set with the 101 Games RPG Introductory Kit in the Frontier setting. Without further ado, I know you're dying to see me peel Wizards again. Let's go with the infamous and much missed one, because it's been a while since I've done that. Zablau, Wizard's starter set is here. Nice, pretty, just like an official box. This one is still in English. I don't even know if they brought it translated into Portuguese for Brazil at some point. I bought this one a long time ago, I think 2016, 14, 16, I don't know, something like that. And here inside you open it, and are there some blue dice too? Oh, they're appearing on the screen. I should have picked them up, but I forgot to. That's it, that's life. What do we have in here? We have the manual. We have here the adventure manual of the Lost Mine of Phandelberg, right? The adventure manual with the description images, of course, are beautiful. The description, the maps of the adventures here inside, printed inside the manual, right? The maps, right, of where you're going to face, what you're going to face, the animals, the creatures you face, the NPCs, more maps. So, in general, everything you need to describe and narrate to your players is here, inside this little manual here. And it's well illustrated and well produced. The material they produce is really very well done, right? There you have it here on the side. Below it, in fact, is the starter set rulebook, which would be the basic rulebook. The basic rulebook without much fuss, just the basics, just what people need to know to play these adventures. And in fact, just what people need to know to learn how to play D&D, right? Even more than that. So, again, here are the dice. These are these little dice here. Look, it even looks like it's in 3D here. These little dice here did come, but I forgot where I put them now. So here you have the description of how the game works with the system and everything. How attacks work, rolls, right? How to adventure, weapons table, all these practical things. Here, casting spells. So, all these little explanations, so you can know how to play Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. And then there's also, let me take it out here. There's an advertisement, but in fact it's the character sheet in the blank version, right? So you can print, scan, or Xerox. Who makes Xerox copies these days? But that's okay. The version without anything. And then you have the version of the sheet. Here, the version of the sheet that already has writing on it. The sheet is complete, so you already have a level 1 wizard here, right? And then you have all the backgrounds, the race, the sheet is already complete, with everything you have in terms of attacks, weapons, and everything else. And at the back, it puts the description of your race, your class, and it also puts what you will gain at each of the levels, because this here is a level 1 adventure up to the 4th or 5th level, if I'm not mistaken. And then he adds what you gain up to the character's 4th level, what you add to the character later, right? And so, in total, there are 5 characters that you have. There's the elf wizard, there's the halfling, who is the rogue, there's the dwarf cleric, there's the human fighter, and there's another human fighter. There are 2 different human fighters, right? One is rich, one is a playboy, and the other is from the common people. And that's what comes inside the D&D box. So here it is. The starter set box. Wizards of the Coast. Now let's do a little comparison. Let's go. Here it is, the Misty Island RPG Introductory Kit. The Frontier setting, which runs on the 5th edition of D&D, right? With everything you need to start your adventure. You see that I said that about the other one too, right? I told you everything you need to know how to play and such. And here we will see that the description, the definition of everything of each of the boxes is a little different. I'm going to open it here, okay? We have the dice, which also came in the other one, of course, right? The other one also came with the dice. So we have the dice here, D4, D6, D8, D10, D12, and D20. Sorry, D12 and D20. So here are the dice. And then we start with the list of things that come in this box. So we have the adventure booklet, right? The complete adventure from level 1 to level 4. Same layout as the one I just showed you, with the introduction. With all the information you need, okay? Everything you need to know. To narrate, monsters, the maps, the tests that will have to be done, the situations you will put the players in, all of this right here in this booklet. That it's 80 pages long. Here you'll find the crowdfunding supporters, but it goes up to page 78 with material for you to put on the adventure, right? Remembering that from there too, let me show you here. It has tips from the guys who developed this box. So there will be tips from Uncle Grunta here. Probably one of his tips is not to roll as many ones on the dice as he does. There's one from Beholder too, right? From Beholder TV, we'll see that there are tips from the authors. Here, we'll see here from the authors. Diniz Grunter Albiere, Fabio Medero da Silva, Bruno Felipe Colosimo, and Miguel Beholder Souza. Right? There are 4 YouTubers, 4 streamers, 4 people who know a lot about RPG. So we have the booklet of Luiveto da Aventura. We move Luiveto da Aventura to the side. We have, before we get to the rest there, we have a little page marker that also serves as a scale ruler. So you have both meters and kilometers, so you can see the scale of your character's journey in the general world on the map, both regionally and adventure world. You have a sheet with basic rules for playing, then a reminder sheet with what you need to know about the rules to keep by your side while you are playing. You can find it here. These here. So you leave this here by your side when you need to know what you have to remember, what you need to do in the game. Just take a look here, and it will remind you of the basic mechanics of the game. We have a GM shield. I'll show you first with the full image of the cover and the box. And here, what's the GM shield for? The GM shield is there to give all the information and rules that the GM needs to remember at the last minute. So, the question of area of effect. What does concentration mean? Healing potions, death and recovery, test difficulty, equipment, right? Ideas for NPCs. Of course, you need to generate some NPC at the last minute. Description of the conditions. So, this is a cheat sheet for the GM to make his life easier. He doesn't have to keep opening the book all the time. Remember, it's okay for the GM to check support material during the adventure. He's narrating. He has to make sure he made the right rule. So it's okay, man. Don't you remember? Open the book and take a look. But if you have a GM shield, it's easier because you don't have to keep hunting for the right page. Then there's the little map of the entire island, okay? The map of the entire island, where you will use one of the scales, the kilometer scale. And there is the map of the city, where you will use the meter scale. With that little ruler that I showed you. Let me get it here. This little ruler here that I showed you. So, you can calculate how far each point of the adventure is, any distance between them, right? Both in meters and in kilometers here. To know the issue of journey time and all those stops. Here it comes. The character sheets. I don't remember if there are, I think there are 4 or 5 different characters. I don't remember exactly. I really should check these things before I start recording the video, right? But it's okay. We have the illustrated sheet here. Personalized sheet for each of the characters, so we'll have it already filled out, but with space for you to scribble on it. Because you always need it, right? In the level 1 version, level 2, level 3, level 4. And then the character changed. See? Another illustration. So now, another character in levels 1, 2, 3, and 4. Nice little sheet pad. Until the end here, several... Boy, is that Seiya? Is that Pegasus Seiya here? Is that it? It looks like Seiya. And here comes one of the most absurd parts for me. Actually, everything in this box is very absurd. So let's go. We have a map. Remember when I said that in the kit in the Wizard starter set, the map drawings came inside the booklet material? So only the map drawings come. No maps. You have to get the maps from outside. You have to get them some other way, you know? Here. All the maps that you're going to use in the adventure came inside the box. So, we have a big map like this. Let me try to open it up to give you an idea. Give you an idea of the size of the map. Here it is. A map, okay? All squared off with that 1.5 meter per square scheme and all that stuff. And then on the other side of this map, Tata, another map? Oh my god, so there are 2 maps. Great then. 2 maps, 4 maps, 6 maps, 6 maps, that is, 3 double-sided sheets, okay? So you can use them in your adventures. The rulebook, so you can teach your players how to play the 5th edition. It's a manual, not taken from D&D 5th edition. It's a manual with its own illustrations, right? Developed by them too. Everything is right here, so you can... The illustrations, by the way, are jaw-dropping, man. It's an unbelievable thing, right? A solitary adventurer. In other words, playing solo. You can't play solo, man. Playing solo, right? Is it possible to play without a narrator? Yes. You can play the whole thing solo. Look how unbelievable. Okay? So everything is fine here to teach people how to play D&D 5th edition with this adventure and this frontier setting. And then comes... Throughout the adventure, you will face many monsters, right? You will face many monsters. You will have your characters. So it is good to know how to locate yourself on these maps that are squared. And guess what? Monsters. Oh my god, they're monsters. Geez, what's that down here? Are they NPCs? Are they characters? Oh my god, look, monsters, creatures, thieves. On this side, they're alive and well, turn around and die. Then you turn around and the creature is already dead. There's all the little animals here. Do you see these really ugly animals here? Look, it's turned. Dead already sign. It means that he was eliminated. You turn him over and leave him marked as defeated on the battlefield. Did you understand the difference in Emerald between one material and another? The difference in care and the difference in caring about what you are developing. I know that each company may have its own opinion, may have its own objective, making the introductory client starter set these things. But when we compare the quality of material, 101 Games, which is a Brazilian publisher, which is not a big publisher, slapped the magnanimous and grandiose and gigantic Wizards of the Coast in the face in this regard. Their introductory kit is brilliant. So, if at some point in your life you want to introduce D&D to your friends and you want to do it with supporting material, right? With a ready-made adventure and supporting material, don't get the Wizard starter set, man. Here, look, RPG Introductory Kit. 101 Games fan tier scenario. Go for it. Go for it and you'll have a blast. And I have to say that it won't be the only 101 Games game that will appear here, because Conan has already appeared, right? Adventures in the Aborian Age. Now, there's the fan tier too. And I have For the Quest saved here because I want to show it to you too. And who knows, maybe we can play it, right? Let's see. If you like the video, guys, give it a like. It doesn't cost anything. I hope you like the game. I hope you like the video. And I'll see you in the next video, guys. See you later.